Future is Female podcast. I am Zachary King, and I am here with my beautiful daughter's mom and my daughter. How y'all doing?
Hello.
Hi.
So, all right. So there's this video. So everyone, hold on, let me put this out here, okay? Everyone knows that the Future is Female podcast. We specialize in providing a platform for women entrepreneurs and things of the like. You know, our partners, the people in our lives who make things work, and so forth and so on. It's a video that's going around where a mom is doing something that I personally don't care for, but I wanted to get your reaction to it, and I wanted to pose a question into do you think that what she's doing is right to her daughter? So I have mine. She have not seen this video before. This is her real reaction, and she's going to watch this video. All right, so go ahead, press play.
Telling me you found a report on your mother.
Yes, I did.
On your mother.
Yes, I did, because I'm not going to take it no more. I don't have to take this anymore.
So what's more important to you? Your credit or your mother?
I should have to choose. I
I
should not have to choose between the two.
Well, you gonna choose today because
Who has to do this? Who has to even go through this mess? I'm sick of this stuff. You said the last time you wasn't going to do it again, and then here we are. And you know nothing, man. Now you messing stuff up. You messing stuff up for my future. I can't even get a house. Here. Are you kidding me? Oh, no. Oh, no. You already did this before. This is how I found out the first time when I was trying to get them student loans. I couldn't even go to college. You keep messing up my life. I don't want to be here with you.
Why are you doing this to
I
me?
don't want to be here with
Why
you.
are you doing this to me?
Why can't you just let me have my life? Why are you using my name?
We done?
We done. You saw enough?
I did. Is it rehearsed?
No, this
This
is a real
real?
thing. This is a real thing. And you know what? I'm glad you kind of mentioned that, because I'm not saying you, but I'm sick of whenever they show us in these lights, they're now trying to say, oh, this is a skit. No, this is real life. This is what happens. And even if that was a skit, we both know from our neighborhoods that it goes down like that a lot.
Yeah, a scenario can go down like this, but just looking at the background and stuff, it looked like mom doing good.
Okay.
I mean, they got stainless steel appliances. They got a Keurig back there, blender,
yeah.
like.
She got it from her daughter co-sign.
Her daughter co-signed for all of it.
Her daughter co-sign. Her daughter involuntarily
I
co-signed
mean,
for everything.
those floors look like they laminate or maybe some type of horror. Like, I mean, Lowe's is up in here.
Okay.
So, I mean, it don't look like, I don't know, maybe she needed her daughter credit to get all of this. I mean, you know, first, right? You know, credit is something that's a very personal topic, because in communities, we need our credit so that we can so-called be something in life or move further or get certain things, right?
Mm-hmm.
People have used others' credit to buy cars and, you know, cell phones at the time, credit cards, whatever it is. And once your credit is shot, it's shot.
Mm.
So, you know, your credit... Your credit should not be played with, and no one should be playing with your credit, because that's your identity. That's personal.
Right.
Should a mama be using her daughter's credit? No.
Okay.
I do remember when I was in college, they gave you credit cards out the world.
Right.
And me being me, I gave my mom one of my credit cards.
So this is a personal story.
Yeah. So I gave my mom a credit card because I knew my mom, you know, struggled raising us. And I was like, hey, Mom, whenever you need to buy some groceries for, you know, my younger brother and sister, here you go. She used it. And she used it up. And in the end, I had to...
She used it a lot.
She used it a lot. And in the end, I had to pay for it. You know... Nobody should be using anybody's credit, and you shouldn't be co-signing for nobody either, because you'll get burnt.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, without your permission, that's just foul. And if she did call the cops on her mom, hopefully they can get it worked out some way, somehow. But that's wild.
I mean, as a parent, I think the only time that you should be using anything with your kids is to add to them.
Yes.
I think you should be putting money in their account. You shouldn't be trying to take anything away. Now, I get it. I totally do. I totally get it, because maybe you have good intentions. If you're like, hey, listen, this is a slam dunk. and I could prepare them for the future, and I'm using this
But
to
I'm gonna
prepare them
ask.
for a future.
You know, like I'm gonna
Right.
ask. I'm not.
Right.
I'm not that. Man.
Right.
I am not that type of person that's just gonna go behind somebody's back and do
Right.
anything to hurt or harm them. That's
Right.
not. That's not my character. And then when shady people out there that does that,
Right.
I sick Jesus on them. God gonna get them.
You said sick Jesus on them. Get them, Lord.
You,
Get them,
you
Lord.
messing with a king's kid. So, all right, you may have done me dirty, but trust and believe. I'm going to pray. And I'm going to believe God going to make me come up and make me be all right regardless of what you done. Because
respect
no
that.
weapon formed against me shall prosper. So, all right, let me not do that.
No, by all means, go ahead.
And I get that from my mother. So
I ain't got an offering for you, but go ahead.
That's all right.
Do what you
That's
do.
all right. I get my license to be a minister July 28th.
Right.
So-
Oh yeah, we should have talked about that too. You on track to become a minister now, right?
Woo!
Right.
I gotta put up
the pulpits ain't safe, y'all. She's bringing them.
You know what?
She bringing the fire and brimstone, y'all. No, but and I'm glad that this came out because that now gives us the opportunity to talk about credit in our community. I was one, I guess, growing up. I'm gonna be honest. I never had good credit. Okay. It was only one time in my life I remember having decent credit, and was when I came home from prison because they suspended the student loans. Okay. So my credit was like at a 740, something like that. And then when those student loans came back, oh my God, here we go again.
Oh, wow.
So, but for the few months that I had decent credit, it felt amazing. And I can't lie, when it went back to where is it at now, it was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And I remember putting like $5 a month, what they said, while I was away, put $5 down to, try to pay it off or whatever, to be in good standings, because I knew credit was that important. So again, having this platform where we talk about entrepreneurship, especially for those who are coming up behind us,
Yes.
to set this little girl back is just really unfortunate.
She didn't sound like a little girl. She sounded like an adult.
Well, she's not an adult though. She's still a little girl, and I'm just looking at it from me. If she will always be that funny looking girl right here, she will always be my little girl. So. So for someone to, and that girl sounded like maybe she was 17, 18, but if you also listen to the video, she said this is the second time you did this. And it again, so it opens up the conversation to talk about our credit and getting their credit right at a young age. But it also talks about one of the things that I learned from you was the young you got to take care of the old you.
Young you have to take care of old you, and that's not just talking about physical. That is mental, that's spiritual, that is emotional. Young you at 12, 13, 14, 15, 25, 26, you're going to get older one day.
Right.
You're going to get older. I mean, I tell my son, I tell my daughter, 23 and 24, that youth is eventually going to turn into 33 and 34 and 44 and 54. So what are you doing with young you?
Right.
Are you setting up old you so old you can coast? And that's with credit. Getting student loans or getting credit cards or trying to be, in the right now, that's not what old you is going to prosper from.
Right.
And I mean, putting a plug in retirement, right? I've been working in the financial industry for almost 20 years. And retirement is important.
Right.
Right? Putting something away, saving. Autumn, she has 529. I'm sure, G-Love, B-Love, Brenda, you know what I mean? Got some things stored up, but I didn't have that. But I know how important it is. And I even had some things saved up for Skylar and Trey when they went off to college.
Right.
So it's important to save because you need it.
Right.
You definitely need that. Those birthdays where kids are getting money early on, you save that money. You put that in some type of I forget what it's called, but some type of, not just a trust fund, but some type of fund where once they go to college, they can have that. Kids get a lot of money for their birthdays. You store that thing.
No, I agree. And you as you talking, one of the things that popped into my mind just recently is prom.
Oh, man.
We spend a lot of money as a collective. The black community spent a lot of money on prom. Just here in Philly, it was I'm sorry. No, I'm just using it as an example, just something that just came here just recently in West Philly. A girl, she spent $27,000 on sending her kid on a prom. Now,
beautiful.
the argument is she got the finances. She got the money. She ain't got to go out and nobody got to get hurt because of it. She has it. She has it saved up. She's a very successful businesswoman. But is that excessive? And it's a can of worms, because it's like, well, if I can afford it, what's the problem? But it's also, it's like, what is that teaching our children? You know, what is it teaching them to be? Because the prom is only for a night. You know,
Prom is corny. Let's just be real. Prom is corny. The hype is getting dressed and, you know, the send off. That's hype. When you're shutting down the block and you got the red carpet and everybody's out there. That's the fun part. But actual prom, who cares?
Okay.
I mean, I was prom queen.
Right. Prom queen. Take it from a prom queen. Right.
No, and I did. I feel like I robbed my children of Philly proms, right? Because we moved down to North Carolina when they were in high school. So they had North Carolina proms. And I tried my best to give them that Philly prom send-off.
Okay, so since you mentioned North Carolina, okay, let's talk about how diverse your neighborhood is now, right? Because when we say we robbed them from that, we're basically saying we took her from out a predominantly black neighborhood into a neighborhood with everybody in it. Let me give it a little bit of context. Autumn recently had a birthday party, and it looked like the United Nations out there. It was a little bit of every race out there. Everybody was out there. All cultures, all, you know, whatever you claim, whatever you're, you know, it was out there. So how is that much different? Like, do you feel like out in your neighborhood now, is there more money conscious? Is that why they're not doing it like that, or they just haven't caught up?
It's not important to them. That's the thing. You know, it's what's important. What's important, I mean, I live in a neighborhood with a lot of Indians, a lot of whites. And the importance to them is education. One of the funniest things I heard, okay, this is so funny. I was volunteering at Autumn School. They had like a field day. And I was volunteering at the soccer blow-up pit. And there was a couple, you know, Indian kids over there. They were all taking chances, giving me tickets so they can kick the soccer ball. One of them says, "Bro, if you make it, I'll give you my entire college fund." So that's what's important to them, right? Because we have these 12-year-olds talking about their college fund.
Wow.
Prom isn't important. And if prom is important, it's, you know, them putting on a suit, them taking pictures down at the park, right? And then the after prom was lit, because they had an after prom party in our neighborhood, and I'm like, man, it's too ghetto out here. Too many kids. It's just too lit. So what's important is, you know, making sure they have a good education, moving forward, and paying back, right? Because there's a lot of multi-generationals within the Indian community. Right. So grandma, grandpa, mom, dad, children, when they go off and, you know, get married, and well, I'll say this. There's not a lot of the culture with Autumn's generation of Indian children, right? Because they're not going back east and having arranged marriages. They're more Americanized. I'm telling you, they even tease their language. I'm cracking up laughing. Yeah. So what's important is making sure my child is set up for the future. Not prom. Prom is one night, you know, but to each his own. Again, I felt like, because where I'm from, my children were robbed from a Philly prom. Right. But instead, you know, I got them with, you know, I was able to give them something nice. And they're happy, because, again, prom is corny. Right. No, I agree. I stand with you. I agree. What's your thoughts, Autumn? Do you feel like, do you need that over extravagant prom, or like, what's your thoughts on it? Would you prefer a subtle prom with just a few of your friends, or are you trying to get the whole block, you know, like, shut down?
I'm kind of split into two, because I do value my education a lot, and I know that prom is only one night. So think about that, think about the practicalities about that. But also, I'm a girly girl. I like to dress up, get all pretty, put my makeup on, put my nice shoes on, put a dress on, get dressed up, get like TV full of me, photo all full of me. Not to sound shallow, but
no, bro,
I like to do that, right?
I get it.
I like to do that. That's
you
me.
You want to start on them at least one time, right? Right.
Maybe twice.
We got the mermaid tape coming, so.
The mermaid tape, what's that?
Mermaid tank.
What's that?
for the prom, she gonna be swimming around.
Oh,
mermaid.
the mermaid tank. Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, hold on. How much is that? We talking about
Come on,
mermaids.
King Triton.
Y'all
You
want
named
mermaids
King.
and stuff.
Ain't you King Triton?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Y'all, what y'all talking about? How much is mermaids here? Yeah. We want the Aquaman and the mermaid. Yeah.
Listen.
No, but no. I agree with you though. I do think that it's unfortunate that in our community, in our culture, there's not enough weddings that are happening. So a lot of times we just find ourselves celebrating these proms and we know it's just for one night. I'm torn in the middle because, I mean, if you got the means to give your child the world, why wouldn't you? But at the same token, it's kind of like, is it really truly important?
Well, it's
long
just,
term?
think about my Super Sweet 16. Remember, that was a big thing at one point.
It was.
Yeah, so same concept, right?
Right.
I mean, I enjoy watching it. And if I had it, I probably would do it.
Right.
If I had it and I wasn't hurting, it wasn't like, man, we gotta eat peanut butter and jelly.
Right.
We're like these Uncrustables.
Right.
So,
Right.
But
that's real.
yeah, I mean, if I had it, I'm gonna do what I need to do, but ensuring that my child's future is secured in the process.
Right.
So.
All right. Well, thank you so very much for your time, your insight. I appreciate you. Thank you. Autumn, any words you want, anything else you want to say in regards to the subject? Well, hold on, real quick. What was your thoughts on a woman that used her mama used her daughter's credit? What was your thoughts on that? Do you think that's right? Do you think? No?
No.
Okay.
So you mean I can't get this Christian Louis Vuitton dress with your bank account? No.
Okay. I ain't
You
mad
won't
at
know
you.
because I got your social. He ain't got it. I got no.
Right. And I asked for it a couple times too. I asked for it a couple times.
We ain't good, but we still good.
All right, you too. Well, I appreciate you so much. I thank you for your insight. This is the Future is Female podcast, and I'm Zachary King. I'm out.